Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. In our lesson today, we will continue with our fourth unit, which is titled The Art of Advertising. Our lesson today is the grammar lesson. In your books, page 56 and 57. All you need for the lesson today is your books, page 56 and 57, a sheet of paper and a pen to take down your notes. So let's get started. You had a homework from yesterday's lesson, which was the listen and discuss lesson. You were supposed to choose a product that you like, any product that you have bought recently. And why is it special? Write down 2 reasons for that. Why have you chosen this rather than any other similar product? For me, I have chosen to speak about this touchscreen pen. It's a pen that writes on a touch screen, whether it is a phone, it is this board, or it is my computer. So, I have bought this one because it is safer than a pen on the screen. If I write with this or with a regular pen, this one is safer on the screen. Also, it is more attractive than the black one. I have chosen a white one because I like white more than I like black. It is more attractive. Also, it is the cheapest of its kind. I compared my pen to every other pen and I found out that this one is the cheapest. Nothing is cheaper than it. Also, I believe it is the most comfortable pen. When I hold it, it is very light, comfortable, and I can write with it for long hours. Very comfortable for me. And also, it is as light as a feather. Very light. It won't hurt my hand while I am holding and writing it. Okay? So, by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to compare items. You will choose, let's say, a product, then you will compare it with other things. Also, you will use as to compare. So it's all about the idea of comparison, comparing things. So let's get started. At the beginning in here, the idea of comparative and superlative adjectives. We will focus here on the idea of adjectives, part of speech, adjective. Back to the pen and I will tell you about the sentences here. At the beginning, this pen, I believe that it is safer than a regular pen on the screen. Where is the adjective in this sentence? The adjective is safe. This is my adjective. And I am comparing my pen to a regular pen, let's say a pencil or a red pen. My pen is safer. It is safer than a regular pen on the screen. Also, I believe that it is more attractive than the black one. If I compare my pen to the black pen, I believe that my pen is more attractive. The adjective is attractive. And I said more attractive. What am I trying to do in here? In here, I am trying to make a comparison. I am putting 1 to 1. Compare you to your brother or to your sister, you and your friend. This country to the other country. Compare 1 to 1. Also, I have said it is the cheapest of its kind. This one cost me maybe 10 riyals. However, every other thing is more expensive. It is the cheapest. Nothing is cheaper. I couldn't find anything that is cheaper. The adjective is cheap, and I have said the cheapest. Also, I said it is the most comfortable pen. How am I trying to describe it? It is comfortable. Not only comfortable, the most comfortable. I have tried this and many others, and I believe that this one is the most comfortable. The best. Nothing is more comfortable than it. In the last 2 sentences, the cheapest and the most comfortable, here we are using the superlative form. Compare one to every other one. You to your classmates. Saudi Arabia to the world, the whole countries in the world. So 1 to a group. Here, how can we come up with the comparative form and the superlative. We will start with the comparative form of the adjective. Compare 1 to 1. You, your brother. This class, that class. I will divide the adjectives into two groups. Comparative, short adjective. What do I mean with short adjective? A short adjective that comes with one syllable. Like the adjective when I say clean. You will say it in one syllable. Clean. One breath. And if we're speaking about sounds, one vowel sound, which is the E sound. Not letters, sound. Clean. So, it is a short adjective, so I can add to it. Cleaner than. 1 to 1. I will compare two cars, the hydrogen car and the gasoline car. Hydrogen car, gasoline car, which one is clean? The hydrogen car is cleaner than. So clean is a short adjective. Add to it, then because it's comparative, I'm going to use ER, than. Cleaner than the second one. Or if it is a long adjective, what do we mean by long adjective? Many syllables. Like when we say expensive, I will say expensive, 3 syllables. Beautiful, 3 syllables. Many syllables, and you can count the vowel sounds here. Expensive, so we're having many vowel sounds, more than one. It is actually a long adjective. Can you make it longer? It will be very hard to pronounce. So what would we use? We will add words, not letters. So I will say it is more or less expensive, comparative, than. So the sentence will be, hydrogen car is more expensive than the gasoline car. Expensive. More expensive than. Long adjective, never make it longer. Just add a word to it. It is more expensive than. So let's try to do the comparative in here. When we're having a short adjective, like we're having clean, it will become cleaner than. Short adjective. Notice one vowel sound. Also, another example is small. One vowel sound. The comparative form is smaller than. Then we're having one more, large. One vowel sound, which is the A sound. So larger than. And another one, which is cheap. One vowel sound, the E sound. It will be cheaper than. How about other adjectives? Long adjective like expensive. What we will use? More words. We're not going to add letters. We can make it longer. More or less expensive than. Also, I can say beautiful. Long adjective. Beautiful. More or less beautiful than. And also attractive. Long adjective. More or less attractive than. This is when we have a long or short adjective. Okay, let's check now your workbooks on page 111 here. Exercise D. Complete the descriptions. Use the comparative form of the adjectives in the box. So we will choose the adjective, then come up with the comparative form of the adjective. Here, let's read the situation. If I sell the luxury car, I will make a lot of money. He wants to sell a car that is more expensive. If I buy the compact car, I will save a lot of money. He wants something that will make him save money. So, he wants to sell him the car that is the seller. He wants the luxurious car, which is, we will choose the adjective here, expensive. What do you think about expensive? It's actually a long adjective. So, the comparative form for long adjectives, the one that is more expensive. How about the other one? But he wants, the one who would buy, he wants to buy the car that is not expensive, that is cheap. Cheap actually is a short adjective. So here we will choose to add ER. That is cheaper. long adjective, add words, short adjectives, add letters. Let's continue with the following here. These look like shoes I can wear with anything. But these look like shoes I will love to wear. Comparing a sneakers with high heel shoes. One of them is comfortable and the other one is attractive. The shoes with the low heels, these are the sneakers, are than the shoes with the high heels. Are they cheap, expensive, healthy? Which adjective? Low heel, or let's say the sneakers. They are comfortable. Comfortable is actually a long adjective. So how can you form a comparative form of a long adjective? We will use more comfortable than the shoes with the high heels. However, the shoes with the high heels are small, comfortable, special. We will use special. And here we will say it is more special because here it is a long adjective. Special. A long adjective. It is more special than the other. More attractive as well. Okay, let's continue in here. Comparing water with, so let's say water and soda. I should get the water, but like the ad says, soda is so refreshing. So one is refreshing and the other one is not refreshing. So I will say, Muhammad knows that water is than soda. Water is better than soda in what? It is cheap, expensive, healthy. It is healthy. Notice the Y that we've got. Healthy is actually a short adjective. One vowel sound, healthy. So it is healthier than soda. Notice the Y, we have changed it into I, healthier. However, but he thinks that soda is than water. What is better in soda than water? We will choose the adjective refreshing. Refreshing, long adjective. So we will say it is more refreshing than water. Healthier than, more refreshing than. One more in here. We're having here Maha and her mother. Why don't you try on size 8? Then she replied, I believe size 4 fits me perfectly. So we're speaking about size, large and small. Maha likes the dress in the size 4 and 8. Maha likes 4. So in small. Small is a short adjective, so in the smaller size. However, for her mom wants her to try the dress in 8. 8 to 4, it is large, larger size. So the ER size, the larger size. Choose your adjective, and based on your choice, you will see whether it is a long or a short adjective, add words, or you will add letters. Back to the adjectives. Here we're having superlative. What do we mean by superlative? I'm comparing one to everyone, you to your classmates. Okay. Also here we will say that we're having short and long adjectives. Short adjective like clean again. Clean is a short adjective because we're having one vowel sound. So I will say it is the cleanest. When you say the cleanest, nothing is cleaner than this. So I would say, or it could be a long adjective, the hydrogen car is the cleanest model. This car to every other car, gasoline car, electric car, every other car. It is the cleanest. Nothing is cleaner than it. However, if we want to come with the other adjective, expensive, long adjective, it is already long, so I will say the most or least, not more or less, the most, the least. So the sentence will be, the hydrogen car is the most expensive model. Back again in here, short adjective, add letters, long adjectives, add words. Don't add letters to make it longer. Let's try to do these adjectives. Like clean, superlative form of clean, the cleanest. Superlative form of, we have small. Short adjective, so the smallest. What about large? One vowel sound, so the largest. And tall, it will be the tallest. Okay, how about the long adjectives? Like expensive, as we have discussed. Expensive, long adjective. So we will say the most, the least expensive. How about colorful? How many vowel sounds? We're having 3 syllables. Colorful. So the most or the least colorful. How about in here valuable? Long adjective, the most or the least valuable. Notice long adjective or short adjective and apply the rule. Let's try to do this exercise. In your books, workbooks, page 110, exercise C. Read the descriptions of people and objects that are in the Guinness World Records. Guinness World Record, it is just like if it were a dictionary. It's a book. Those people who had broken the record, they are the best people. No one is better than them. They will be recorded in there. This is Guinness World Record. Write the headline for each description. Use the superlative form of the adjective. The, est, the most or the least. So, Octavia Golan and Adriana Martinez had a very long marriage. They were married for 67 years. Which adjective can we use? Long. This is our adjective. So we can say that long and marriage. Nothing is longer than their marriage. So we will say short adjective, long. So we will say in here, the longest marriage. Notice we have just added the est because it is already a short adjective. One more in here. Robert Wadlow, who died in 1940, was 2.71 meters tall. No one is taller than him. So our adjective is tall and a tall man. No one is taller. Short adjective, tall is a short adjective. We will use the tallest man in the world. No one is taller. So tallest with the. One more. Titanic 1997 was an expensive movie to make. Different problems made it more expensive than any other movie. Until today, no movie is more expensive than the Titanic. So we're speaking about a movie that is expensive. Expensive. So expensive is a long adjective. How are you going to come up with a headline? The most expensive movie. The most expensive. One more in here. In 1998, a slice of cake left over from the wedding of Duke Windsor and Willis Simpson more than 60 years before was sold for $29,900. So what is the adjective you will use in here? We're speaking about a cake or a piece of cake. It is valuable. It is valuable. Valuable, valuable. 2-syllable adjective. Long one. So we will use it is the most valuable piece of cake. The most valuable piece of cake. This is if we're having a long adjective. Now, in here in your books, page 56, exercise C. Complete the adds with the comparative or the superlative form of the adjectives. In here, we're having sentences. You will decide whether it is comparative, one-to-one, or superlative, one to a group. Okay? Then long or short adjective and make your own decisions. The refreshing fragrance for night and day. We will use the adjective refreshing. The most refreshing. Nothing is more refreshing than it. The most refreshing. Because this one is actually a long adjective. The second, here we're speaking about this toothpaste, which is called Sparkle. Sparkle makes your teeth clean and bright than ever. This is my keyword, comparative. So, clean and bright. Clean is actually a short adjective. Cleaner and bright, short adjective, brighter. Now and before. Next, here we're speaking about this pet food. Your parrot and cat will be and look healthy then when they eat this food. They will look healthier before they eat and after they eat. Healthier, short adjective. One more in here. We're speaking about this device, fingertip, the reliable of the all wireless handheld devices. The is my keyword. So reliable, the most reliable, because this one is a long adjective actually. Okay, all done with the idea of comparing things. Now, how about if I want to tell whether things are similar or different? I don't want to know which one is cleaner and which one is more expensive or less expensive. All I want to know whether they are equal to each other or not equal. I will use this easy one, which is the as. What do I mean by as? This pen, when I was speaking about it, I said it is as light as a feather. I'm comparing it to a feather. This pen is just like a feather. It's also, it is not as heavy as any other. This one is not heavy. That's it. It is not heavy. It is as light as a feather. So, whether they are like each other or unlike each other. That is all what we're using. So, what we're going to use is come up with your adjective and put it in the middle between as and as. As like, as light as. Notice, this is my adjective. As light as. It means equal to each other. Or, if you want to tell, no, they are not like each other. So, we will say, not as. Like here, not heavy, not as heavy as. Okay, not as heavy as, or it is as heavy as. So let's try to do this exercise in here. We're having two boys who are running, and what do you think? Are they equally fast? I believe yes. They are running the same speed. So the adjective that I will use here is fast. Number one is as fast as number two. They are running side by side. No one is faster than the other. The same speed. However, if we're looking at these, one is faster. Number one, and here we're having number one and number two. Number two is faster. So I will say number one is not as fast as number two. They are not equal to each other. Okay. Let's try to do this exercise from your workbooks, page 112. Exercise E. Write descriptions for the photos. We're comparing mountains to the beach. Are they equal to each other when we're speaking about warmth? No, they are not equal to each other, different. So as or not as. So we will say warm in the middle, then not as warm as the beach. Not as warm. One is cold and the other one is warm. The second one, the compact car, expensive sports car. Are they the same price? No, one is more expensive than the other. The compact car is cheaper and the sport car is more expensive. So expensive, we will say no, not equal, not as expensive as. No matter whether the adjective is long or short, just let's use it with as or not as. One more, juice and water. Do we have anything that is healthier than the other? No, they are equally healthy. So I will say they are the same. So juice is as healthy as water. The same, as healthy as. One more in here, we're comparing Thai food and Mexican food. Which one is hot, or let's say spicy? Sometimes they are the same. So when we will add spices, so they will be the same. So as hot or as spicy as Mexican food. Okay? For your homework, I want you to refer to your workbooks, page 1010, exercise B. We're having a comparative and superlative questions to choose the correct answer. Okay? I guess that is it for our lesson today, and thank you so much for your time.